Welcome back. We are talking lifestyle questions here. I'm Laura Calder. This is my husband Peter, interviewer. And these are questions sent in mostly from subscribers to my newsletter, which is available on lauracalder.com if you'd like to get it. And you ask great questions, so thanks for sending them in.
The first one comes from Beau. I'm crammed into a tiny Montreal apartment with my partner until summertime when we'll likely be moving cities. I've been thinking about the little things that would make a difference in everyday life. A spice grinder, a cast iron pan, a nice heavy cutting board. But I'm unsure about getting ourselves weighed down with tempting kitchen investments ahead of a big move. I'd love to hear any of your thoughts.
That question is very funny to me because I've moved many times in my life. And every time I get this sudden urge to buy two things, actually. One, books, and the other, kitchen equipment, which is disastrous because it's heavy. It's actually not disastrous, but it's what it is a reflection of the nervousness around moving. You want to feel stable and solid, so you want stuff. Anyway, that's my experience. So I hear you. I understand. Mind you, we are in the middle of a pandemic right now, and in a way, you should let yourself get what you want because you need to feel happy during this time when you're at home. And, I mean, we've bought stuff, right? Well, okay, you want to know what? Ice cream maker.
Deep fryer. Sous vide machine.
That barbecue.
A paella pan, still unused.
Yeah, no. Anyway, we're guilty too. But those are all good things. You know, it's not like we went out buying a bunch of junk. We got stuff that we really are happy to have. Mm-hmm. Deep frying like mad. Very slimming.
Yes, deep fried ice cream.
No, we didn't do that. But I have a book, it's an interesting book on the social psychology of home. And they talk about, they call it personalizing, which is, I guess, the scientific term for decorating. But what they say about it is that when you start to decorate a place, it's because you plan to stay in it. And when you don't, it's a sign that you'll probably leave. The book gives the example of university students, and the ones who do decorate their dorm rooms are likely to stay, and the ones who don't will probably be gone by the end of the first semester.
So it's a good thing I put up a Farrah Fawcett poster in my university.
Yeah, right. Yeah. That's why you stayed. I'd be interested to know who else is going to move at the end of this pandemic, people who hadn't planned to. If you're one of them, I'd be interested to hear.
The next question is from John. I find I've been having a lot of trouble controlling my consumption of snacks during the day now that I'm working from home. What are some healthy habits I can adopt to try to stop myself from gorging on soda crackers?
Soda crackers?
I know. Dry mouth. But I've had this trouble. I mean, I haven't been to the office in a year, right? I have not been to the office in a full year. I've been working at a desk that's about 30 feet from the fridge, and it's been a test. And plus, there's no shape to the day, right? You don't have breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I don't leave at 10 and come home at 7 anymore. The whole day is messed up.
Bit wonky. Well, I always used to think this about people in offices getting coffee all the time. Is it really that you need 8 cups of coffee? I don't think so. It's that you need to get up from your desk. You need to do something sensuous. You need to take a walk. And I think a lot of snacking is the body's need for a change of mode. So if you've been working for 2 hours at your desk and you think you need a snack, you may or you may not. What you may need is just a change. So go walk around the block or go clean out a cupboard or something and see if that doesn't satisfy that piece of the puzzle. There's another thing that has nothing to do with hunger, which is distracted eating. That's really not good. It's like when you're sitting watching television and you have a giant bag of potato chips and suddenly they're all gone. Where did they go? And you don't know because you weren't there when it happened. You were somewhere else. So I think there's a lot of that. Eating at your desk or eating while walking, even eating standing up. You're just not registering what's going in. I really think whether it's a meal or snacking, you got to sit down and be conscious of the fact that you're taking something in.
We've really tried to do that. We've tried to have lunch every day together. Even
Dinner
though
always.
We're never more than 20 feet from each other, but we have lunch at the table, and then we set the table. And then
we stop what we're doing, we set the table, we cook something decent, we eat it, then we know we've eaten.
We do the dishes.
And then,
go back to our corners.
When you're not worrying about where your next meal's coming from, you know it's going to happen. that you're less likely to snack unnecessarily.
That's true too. We every morning we ask what we're going to have for dinner.
That's right.
What's it going to be? And
We know in the morning what we're having for dinner, and it's in our heads all day getting it ready.
And it gives a shape to the day. It does actually bring back sort of the idea of a day having stages.
Meals do, and snacks don't. And the other thing is that the body really does need to get to empty to be able to rejuvenate itself. It's not good if you're spending your whole day digesting. It's energy that's could be put somewhere else. Good question. Thanks.
Last one from Diane. Oh boy, controversial.
Really?
When I have guests, I prefer they don't help with cleanup. It breaks the mood, and I love lingering at the table for conversation. But some guests just won't take no for an answer. What are your thoughts?
I don't know. Can you see what they might be on my face? Yeah, I agree. I'm notorious, actually. I really don't like it when people jump up from my table to start doing things when I'm the host. I've gone to a lot of trouble to create an atmosphere and to produce a nice meal, and I want that party to go on. I want the conversation to keep going. So I growl and say, occasionally some people do. I don't like it. You can't really say much. I try to say no, but family's hard a bit.
Well, that's different.
It's a bit different. Families tend to help out, and it's more casual, or at least if it's a casual family meal, it's not so bad. But when you've organized a dinner party, then people should really stay where they are until you say they can move. I have that friend in France who has a fantastic method for clearing the table, and she has a big one. She has a table in the country. She can sit 16, and she can get that whole table cleared without a single clink. And this is her method. She says, everybody pass, no stacking, one plate at a time, down to her. So just 1, 2, they all come down, very orderly. Then she has a pile of plates in front of her and silently drifts away, and the party goes on and no one notices a thing. It's fantastic. I do that too now. Thank you, Patricia. So that's it. Short and sweet. But I'd love to get more questions from you. It gives us all something to think about. And I'd love it if you'd subscribe to the newsletter, because there's a lot more there. You can find that on lauracalder.com. And I hope you'll come back here. See you very soon. Thanks, Peter.
You're welcome.
You need a haircut.
I do.